garage is level with the sidewalk, which to go down and be able to build that in. I'm going to be close, I'm going to be too, as far as I'm concerned, too close to the house. And I've consulted with several of my building engineer friends that I've had, and their recommendation was that they wouldn't do it, simply for that reason. Another reason too is the drainage situation. All the downspout drains to the south of me toward the property line, as well as my neighbor's drains towards the property line. So there's sort of a common ditch that runs down through there, but it's lined with arborvitae trees to keep any kind of erosion down. And if I did that, now I'm going to be encroaching upon that natural flow down through there, which I am about 3 to 4 feet away from that now. And I continued that with when I graded down alongside of the carport, or actually the concrete pad when I had that redone. I maintained that drainage flow down through there. So, and it has proven to work. We've had several pretty hard rains, and the water flowed exactly where I had wanted it to flow. I still have to go chase the fiber optic handhole box dirt lid down the street once in a while, because they did not put theirs in right. But that's not an issue as far as this is concerned. So I tried to do everything right as far as taking into consideration actually not encroaching on any kind of property line, which I did not. It's exactly the same as it was. It just, we had to do some excavating because I moved my pad back is what I did. And I did extend it about 5 feet. And so I had to kind of redo some of the landscaping around there. But I did maintain that. And in the process, I was able to add a downspout drain directly out to the street so that there would not be any erosion. I was starting to have a little problem with that, just extending out past my landscaping grade there. So, but literally in the 6 months, it's actually improved my property as far as drainage and anything like that. So, again, I tried to take all the considerations in doing this. It wasn't just drawn out on a napkin and thrown to the wind. So, if that has any bearing with any of this.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Any other questions at all? Well, I thank you for your time. Thank you.
Mr. Rolando, do you have anything further you'd like to say?
Nothing further.
Well, it's up to you guys. I mean, you know the legal standard that's available. I think that's a presentation of all the quote-unquote evidence that you're probably going to hear. You can make your decision. You can make a yes vote. You can make a no vote. You can make a conditional vote, or you could potentially table it, asking for the survey to be conducted to determine whether or not it infringes upon the right of way.
I'm curious about that. I think the hardship and the disability addresses. I am persuaded by that, but I kind of keep coming back to the property value and how it affects neighbors, and I don't know how we know that. I mean, is it possible to just ask a realtor?
I don't know of a way for you to ascertain that without, I mean, you could get an appraisal done to see if it adds or detracts. I don't know.
Not even his
I think
property,
that probably steps beyond
the scope of this.
the scope of what you're asking, or the scope of the request, and what this body generally does. I mean, there's two ways that you can look at it. You could say there hasn't been any evidence presented that it is going to increase the property value, but you haven't seen any evidence that it would decrease the property value. I mean, just generally speaking, you'll have to make that determination as to whether or not it does that. And I have no idea. I mean, I am not an appraiser, I'm not a broker. I mean, at this point, I think you can probably.
I would just, if you're suggesting, I don't know how relevant it would be, but if the board would like us to give, some sort of opinions from different real estate agents, obviously those would not be, formal appraisals, but opinions as to whether or not that would raise or lower the property value. I think Mr. Spencer would be fine making that a condition of the approval as well.
So you could table it there's two ways to do it. You can either condition it upon, you can either table it asking for additional information to be provided by Mr. Spencer, specifically a survey and some sort of opinion letter from a realtor as to the impact that carport would have on the property value. And then and the neighbors, or you could make it as a condition to the actual approval. So you could either ask for more information and table it, or you could approve it with those conditions, or you could just deny it. Like those
I would say I'm not comfortable approving it on the condition, but I'm fine if we wanted to table it and see.
I agree, I'm not comfortable conditionally approving it, but tabling for the
I would like to see some appraisals, although they're informal, I know that, and I'd like to see a survey to find out if we're in the right of way or not.
Yeah, definitely with that right of way issue.
To me, that's the biggest no.
Yeah, sorry, so is that somebody
I'll
making a
make
motion?
a motion that we table it.
That's my guy.
There you go.
So you've had a motion, you've had a second, you need to vote.
Oh, we need a roll call vote to table it pending further information.
Phil,
Yes.
Ken,
Yes.
Dick,
Yes.
Alan,
Yes.
Roy.
Yes.
So just so that everyone in the room is crystal clear, Mr. Ruttenbaum, do you understand what they're asking for?
Yes, I believe we're asking, just so I can clarify, I'm going to repeat it to you again. We want a survey to make sure that there's no interference with the right-of-way on the property line, and then we would like some sort of appraisal, in whatever form from a licensed real estate agent, giving their opinion as to what, the effect on neighboring property values might be from something like this.
I don't know if we said here or not, but Sarah, I assume you might want to reach out to just to get second opinion from.
Yeah, I think that's fine, I think the city can also.
To realtors?
Yeah.
Yes, I will.
Okay. And
Not that I don't trust Mr. Rowe entirely, but.
That's right. Yeah, you should never trust attorneys. So, but you guys good?
Yep.
Cool. On to whatever your next item is.
We don't have.
Is that it?
I'll take a
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Good.